Hey everyone, I am THPine and welcome to Metro Warp. What is Metro Warp, you ask? I like to call it a pedestrian simulator puzzle game. It's releasing on the 5th of August on Steam, and this is what it looks like. So it's a puzzle game about pedestrians. So those pedestrians are pretty busy with their smartphones, so they don't look where they're going. And they will just go in a straight line until they reach an obstacle or a wall or something, and then they will turn to the left. And this might end badly, so if they jump into a hole, well, it's game over, level is over, you have to restart. And the only thing you can do about it is it's a pretty simple puzzle game. You have only one mechanic, and that is placing obstacles. So for example, we can place an obstacle here, and this will make them turn around at that obstacle instead of at that wall right there. So this changes the path. So let's place an obstacle over here. We don't need one here, and one here. And if we take a look now, whoop, I screwed up the camera, there we go. They will just turn around, move over here, cross the level, and go into the exit. And that's all there is in this game. So this is all the mechanics you need to know. Well, almost all the mechanics. But the game is pretty clever at using those mechanics in different ways. For example, let's take a look at this level, for example. In this level, you have to train your pedestrians to go to the right, so you have to turn them to the right. There are multiple solutions for this, but a pretty straightforward way is to place an obstacle here, here, and here, for example. And if you take a look now, they will move over here and then make a turn and go over there and go over there, do the same over here, and in the end, well, did 3 turns to the left, well, even more, to end up moving to the right. So there's that, but it's not that simple. Turning to the right is not always that simple. If you take a look at this level, for example, okay, first we have to turn to the right again because we have to get over here. So let's just put some obstacles here and see what happens. Okay, that works. Fine, okay, cool. Now we have to get in here. That should be easy, right? Let's put an obstacle here. So let's slow down time a little bit so we can observe what happens. So he's moving over here, perfect. That's exactly what we want. He's moving over there, and oops. He bumped into the other pedestrians, and now there's a lot of chaos going on, and not what I wanted at all. So let's talk about collision a little bit. So if they attempt to move to a tile where another pedestrian is, they will think he's an obstacle and turn to the left. So that's what happened here. But a little later, something else happened, because there are two ways of collisions, basically. One of them will just make them turn, which can be useful in some situations. But the other one will actually end the level. And the other one is if 2 pedestrians try to obtain the same tile in the same turn. So, for example, if we wait, what was the way to do it? I think this way. Yeah, if we put an obstacle here, and then you will see that this pedestrian will turn here, and now they both try to obtain this tile, or go to this tile, and this will make them bump into each other and fail the level. So you have to avoid that at all cost. So in order to solve this level, you have to figure out a way that they don't collide here. I will not spoil the solution, it's not that hard, it's one of the first few levels. Yeah, so these are obstacles you come around in this game. So it's a puzzle game, a very simple one, but it can get pretty not complex, but it can get hard and tricky and difficult. And there we go, failed that again. Obviously, because I tried the same. So yeah, I know the solution, but I will not spoil it, as I said. So the important question is, it's a puzzle game, the important question is it a good puzzle game? So in order to answer that, the question is, what is a good puzzle game? There are obviously multiple factors to determine if a game is a good puzzle game or not, but I think one really important point is that problems don't repeat itself too often. So if you teach your player, well, if you're the game designer and you teach your player to solve a specific problem, like say turning left in this turning to the right in this game, which you do by doing 3 turns to the left, then make sure that you don't repeat that problem in the exact same way over and over again. There are a lot of not so great puzzle games that do that. In order to keep your player interested, you have to spin that problem around and twist it a little bit and change it and make the player to think over it again, or create new problems he has to overcome. And I think this game does this job actually pretty good. Because, for example, let's take a look at a different level. In this level, wait, where is it? Wait, I'm confused. Is it this one or this one? No, those are this one. There we go. In this level teaches you how to split up your pedestrians, because you only have one spawner, but you have two exits. You have to get them there. You have to split the line of pedestrians. So it's about bumping. I hinted it earlier. So those people bump. Well, they don't bump into each other. They would collide, but they collide in the safe way. So they just turn left both, and this splits up the line. And this will happen over and over again, as you can see here. Again, and now you have two lines of pedestrians, and you can make them walk into the exit. Obviously not like this. We have to place an obstacle to solve this, or we get this, which is obviously not good. But in this level, you learn how to split the line, and then in another level, you have to actually use that. In this level, you have to do it on your own. I should not spoil the level. So you have one spawner again and two exits, but it will not automatically split if you well, it will maybe, I'm not sure, but not in a preferable way. And you have to make sure to use that technique you just learned. Oh no, they will not split. They will just go into one exit, so that's not going to work. So you have to split them somehow, similar to the last level. And this game does a pretty fair job at this so far. I only played a few levels, as you can see. So these are all the levels there are. You can always access multiple ones, which is actually pretty good game design in my opinion. Like, you're spreading out. It doesn't make the game linear, so people don't get stuck. If you get stuck on a level, you just go around and take another level, but it still provides the player with the set of levels that follow up on each other, so the developer can assume that someone learned the technique from an earlier level already, because the level he's designing right now is far back here, and so he probably solved some levels on the way there. But you can go multiple paths and basically spread out. I think that's a pretty good idea. So yeah, in the most levels I played so far, the problems were not repeating, and they were changing a lot. Like as in the two levels I showed earlier, like here's a turn to the right and here's a turn to the right, but they're very different situations, and they're both very different to the turns to the right over here. So, well, not totally different, but it's you have to think about different things, so that's pretty good. There was one level that didn't do a great job at that, which is this one. It's the third level. Well, it's the first real level, actually. Well, not even that. Like, the first two levels are very, very basic, and this one's the first real level, kind of. But it's really, really bad level, in my opinion, because all you have to do is do the same thing over and over again. So the first problem you occur is, okay, my pedestrians are walking into that hole. I don't want that, so I put an obstacle here, and now they will turn left. Great, cool. Now they fall in that hole. Oh, okay. We do the same thing over and 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 over again. And there we go. Level finished. So this level was really bad design, in my opinion. It kind of looks fancy, but from a puzzle solving point of view, it's pretty boring. But besides that, all the other levels were pretty interesting so far and had their own challenge. When you go in this direction, for example, they're themed as well. Like, if you go here, it's like turning right. Over here, it's splitting your line. If you go in this direction, you have multiple spawn points. Why am I showing the solutions all the time? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Ah! What am I doing? Pressing the wrong buttons. I wanted to reset the puzzle. There we go. So you have two spawn points and only one exit, so that brings a completely new problem to the table. So yeah, the game can get pretty tricky. And I think the level design is pretty fair so far. I obviously didn't play too much, so I cannot say for sure, but I'm looking forward to solve a few more puzzles in this game, for sure. So there's obviously some kind of, how do I say, I guess social commentary with the pedestrians always looking on their phones and not looking where they go, and falling down pits and bumping into each other and stuff like that. So there's that. What that game made me think about is, I would like to see a game about people trying to leave and enter a train at the same time, because humanity is too stupid to solve that problem. I'm sure at someday aliens will come and will teach us how to leave and enter a train at the same time. Well, multiple people, some leaving and some entering, obviously, not one person entering and leaving at the same time. But humanity is not able to solve that, so a game about that would be interesting. But I think that's a fair theme as well here, so it's kind of funny how they all stare at their phones, probably playing Sudoku or something. I don't know. Or Flappy Birds, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, so what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, right. Option menu, always important. Option menu. So the option menu is, well, it's okay, I guess, for a simple game like this. You have rotation sensitivity and stuff like that. Language. You can reset your progress. You can actually turn that off. Every time the game fails, it will rotate there. You can turn that off if you're annoyed by that. You have audio, separate music and FX sliders, which is good. You have different graphics presets, which is okay. Resolution options, full screen and window mode. No borderless window mode, unfortunately, so that's kind of a setback, but well, it has full screen and borderless, so that's fine. And that's it, and that's everything that game needs. So the option menu is pretty good, and yeah, I like the level design so far. It's obviously very simplistic. Well, yeah, it's very simplistic, but it has some good puzzle design. So I'm repeating myself. I should really wrap up the video, as I said. So this is Metro Warp, and it will release on the 5th of August on Steam. Link is in the description below if you're interested. I'm TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry for the terrible lightning strike. Sorry for the terrible lightning, whatever. So I'm looking purple and stuff, so that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Have fun and see ya next time. Sorry, terrible ending of this video. I should really stop now. Bye.